Hello, excuse me. Hello, my name is Keith, and this is a series of videos about healthy living. If you like these videos, please like and definitely subscribe on my YouTube channel. This video was created during the Spring into Fitness Challenge, which used to be the Mayor's Fitness Challenge, where communities competed against each other to be deemed the most fit city. Each week we would include a video to provide health education during the challenge. This video is titled Rethink Your Commute, and Teresa Herran is the presenter.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Teresa Herran. I am the Corporate Engagement Manager with reThink Your Commute. I'll get into a little bit about our program later on in this presentation, but I'm so grateful to Get Healthy Brevard and the Spring into Fitness Committee for having us today to share a little bit about transportation and how it can impact your health. As we all know, commuting is really an integral part of the workday routine. It's that connection point between home and work life, and how you get to work or home or whatever those extracurricular activities may be for you. That experience can really have an impact on your physical health and also your overall well-being and your behaviors beyond just that travel time. Those effects can really manifest both at home and in the workplace. So, work life can seep into home life and vice versa. So our goal for today is to talk about that and also see how we can make sure that those impacts are positive ones and that your commute is helping you to be a healthier and more well-rounded person. So from the reThink standpoint, we are here to help people make informed decisions for how, when, and where you travel. We do that by promoting sustainable choices, connecting people to local resources, and supporting equitable access to transportation options. Over the course of the last 3 years, many people have seen a dramatic change in what it means to go to work, right? A lot of people changed over to a work from home setup and have been transitioning back, whether it's full-time or hybrid. Some people never stopped traveling for work, especially when it comes to those first responders. So we really like to see, how people move around, how people use our transportation systems, and just the ways in which your commute and other daily trips may be affecting your mental and your physical health more than you may have realized. Today, I'll be sharing some information about how changing the ways in which you take advantage of those transportation systems, even just a few times a week, can have really significant health impacts on your overall well-being. And we're going to do that by focusing on these 3 pillars, namely that rethinking your commute is good for our planet, it's good for your wallet, and it's good for you. So we'll get started with the good for our planet aspect of it and how that also can impact us on an individual level. So the transportation sector is one of the largest contributors to US greenhouse gas emissions. Transportation accounted for the largest portion of the total of US greenhouse gas emissions in 2020, coming in at 27%. Cars, trucks, commercial aircrafts, railroads, among other sources, all contribute to that transportation end use sector of emissions. It's also, interesting to note that in the 30-year period between 1990 and 2020, greenhouse gas emissions in the transportation sector increased more in absolute terms than any other sector. Zoning in a little bit further on that transportation piece, according to the EPA, a typical passenger vehicle emits about 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year. That's a really significant chunk of that transportation piece we were looking at in the previous slide. And for context, I'm a very visual person myself, so I ask, what is 1 metric ton of CO2 equivalent to? So at standard pressure, 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide would fill a sphere 32 feet in diameter. So that's pretty big, and that's just metric ton, right? And the average car in the United States will produce this over a 3-month period of time. So just to help contextualize what it is that we're talking about beyond just, these kind of big numbers that are a little bit hard to visualize. When it comes to the impact of these greenhouse gases on our health, of course, the emissions from transportation vehicles contribute to air pollution, which in turn can create or aggravate health conditions. It can make it more difficult to breathe deeply. It can cause things like shortness of breath and pain, coughing, inflammation, and damage to the airways. And we're lucky here in Florida that our air quality is pretty good, and we definitely want to keep it that way. So one way of doing that is to help, bring those greenhouse gas emissions down, reduce the number of single driver commutes wherever we can, and encourage people to explore other options that may be a little bit greener to help our overall environment and bring down those pollutants that can have a significant impact on our health. Our second pillar here of Rethink Your Commute is that considering other options beyond just driving yourself to and from work or school or wherever you're going by yourself can have a really strong financial impact on your finances. So nearly everyone has felt the effects of the economic disruptions of the pandemic over the course of the last few years in some way or another. And even, removing that context from the conversation, it's expensive to have a car. Beyond monthly payments and routine maintenance, the cost of gas, it all adds up. And as we saw last summer, even continuing into now, gas is expensive. Everything is just more expensive. So however we can help people to save some money, especially when it comes to transportations and their commutes, we definitely want to do that. Beyond helping with finances, we know that financial stress can really take a significant toll on your health. Stress over money has been linked to physical symptoms such as anxiety, headaches, migraines, compromised immune systems, digestive issues, high blood pressure, muscle tension, etc. And these conditions can really lead to serious high-cost medical problems, which can in turn lead to more financial worries and instability. So however we can stop that problem from mushrooming, right? When it comes to helping people save money in their daily commutes, in their daily transportation, we are all for it, and we are happy to help people explore those options here at Rethink Your Commute. And the last pillar of our program is that it's good for you. It's no secret that increased physical activity is good for your physical and mental health. Incorporating a physical aspect into your commute, such as walking or biking to work, or, if you work from home, using what would be your commute time for exercise, it can really have a dramatic impact on your overall well-being. So we see that cycle commuters actually have been studied, and these are studies that take place in Europe and I believe Scandinavia specifically, but really this is data that can be applied across the board. Cycling commuters had a 52% lower risk of dying from heart disease and a 40% lower risk of dying from cancer than their driving counterparts. And they also had a 46% lower risk of developing heart disease. So this is really something that is a lot of fun, and that if people incorporate it into their weekly routine, can have a really significant impact on your long-term health outcomes. Cycling specifically as a means of travel is associated with a reduced absence at work due to any form of sickness. And the more often that people cycle to work and the longer that distance is that they travel on their bikes, the lower the absenteeism from work. So this is something that I talk a lot about with our partners across Central Florida, especially when it comes to workplace programs that employers can put together. It's great for everyone when people have a higher level of physical activity in their commute. It shows up in their work results as well. So cycling to work not only contributes to that individual employee's health, but it can also result in a financial benefit for their employer. In the United States, bicycle commuting has actually grown more than 60% nationwide since 2000. It's true that it still lags behind our counterparts in other parts of the world, but that's still, really encouraging for us to see, especially right now. It's March. I'd like to wish you all a happy Florida Bicycle Month. And really encourage you, if you have a bike or the availability of a rental or something like that, get out on a trail this weekend and explore that as an option for you. Cycling, we love to talk about it. We love to do cycling programs, etc. It's super fun, but it's not the only way that you can be active in your commute. Even if you're able to walk to your work or a coffee shop to work from home situation, walkers actually also have a lower risk of heart disease and other health markers, which is great to see. And if you want some safety tips about how you can incorporate a safer bike or walk into your commute, I really encourage you to check out the Space Coast TPO's webinar from last Friday. Shelby did a great job with that. So you can get some safety tips on how you can incorporate this into your lifestyle. From a mental health perspective, we've talked quite a bit about, the physical aspects of it. And if you can incorporate a bike or a walk into your day-to-day commute, that's great. We highly encourage that. But we understand that might not be the case from everyone. So, of course, if you do choose an active commute and you're able to do that, you get some exercise in, you get to enjoy nature. We're so lucky to live here in Florida, especially a day like today, which is so beautiful out. But if that's not an option for you, if you take transit, you can use that time that you would be driving and focused on the road to read a book or catch up on your shows or just enjoy some time relaxing so that you can arrive either at work or at home feeling refreshed rather than stressed out and, like you've really had to focus and pay attention to the road. If you choose to carpool or vanpool, you can get to know your coworkers outside of the office. There have been some studies done that show that 70% of employees say that friends at work is the most crucial element to a happy working life. So however you can get that time in and take advantage of not being the only one in your car, it has a really big overall impact on your day-to-day life. We've talked about these generalities, like what options could actually work for you. We at reThink have a whole host of options for you. Think of it as a menu that you can pick and choose whatever works for your in particular life. We understand that what works for one person won't necessarily work for everyone. And we always like to say it doesn't have to be all or nothing. If you choose to carpool 2 or 3 times a week, that's still having a significant impact not only on our environment and your finances and your overall health that you're getting to share with your colleagues and your coworkers, it also has an impact on our roadways, reducing overall traffic congestion. If you choose to take transit, same thing. That's another very green option for commuting. Active transportation, same thing. And hybrid and working from home, especially. That's what I primarily do. And I use what would be my commute time to go for a walk with my dog. And then I'm back and ready and refreshed for my workday. In addition to connecting people with these alternatives and others that work for them, we can also help customize your commute for your workplace's particular challenges and opportunities. So if there's a particular transportation challenge that you're dealing with, always feel free to reach out. reThink is definitely here to help. And beyond, just reaching out to us, I'm happy to share that we can always help you when it comes to helping to form carpools or vanpools so that you can enjoy an easier commute, share those cost savings, as well as spend some time getting to know your coworkers and your colleagues. We provide transit options and transit trainings, so we can share, we have a lot of people who have never taken transit before. And that's a great experience for us to come out and share, this is how much it would cost for a day or for a month, and to really see those savings add up, to experience what it's like to, combine different modes. So ride your bike to the bus and put your bike on the bus rack, right? We also help form cycling groups and we do overall safety trainings. We have wonderful partners who are wonderful in helping us to put those together as well. So I say that to say, if you have a particular challenge or want to learn more about how we can help you to become a healthier commuting workforce, please reach out. We're happy to help put that together based on the specifics of your situation. But in terms of just getting started, as you consider what steps you can take to make your commute time work for you and your health, I really would encourage you to not only reach out to me if you have any questions, but also download our mobile app or visit us online. It's very easy once you've created a profile, which is free, by the way, everything is free, to review those commute options using our trip planner. Through our trip planner, you can get connected with prospective carpool partners. You can see if there's a van pool available for you to join. It'll map out what your walk or bike could look like in the morning or in the afternoon. And once you've decided, what that commute looks like and how many times a week you'd like to start experimenting with different commute options, you can record those trips in our app to earn points, prizes, and rewards. And don't forget, if you work from home, that also counts as an alternative commute. You're definitely making a healthy choice there by taking advantage of that option. As far as, how we at reThink try to help with easing your mental load and providing peace of mind, we have this program called Reimbursable Rides. It is a reimbursement for car-free commuters. Once you have created an account and recorded your commute trips with us, you unlock access to this feature, where basically if the unexpected arises, we've got you covered. You arrange your own transportation to or from work using a taxi or a Lyft or an Uber, even getting a ride from a coworker or a friend. And then you submit your receipt and provide some information as to what happened. We have a list of pre-approved reasons that we will reimburse you for the cost of that ride. So we will actually pay you back for the cost of this ride. And that is up to 6 times a year for a total of $600. So we really do this, as I said, to help ease that mental load, provide a backup plan for you all, and help commuting be a less stressful and overall healthier element of your day. So I've kept it short and sweet. If anyone has any questions, I'm definitely happy to answer them. But here is my contact information. Always feel free to reach out to us if you would like to learn more about our program, learn more about how you can help make your commute a healthier part of your day. And we hope that you will join us in enjoying a better commute.